the Browns have to be happy with Jedrick Wills, right? I mean, and then the Cardinals getting Isaiah Simmons, that is just going to be a fun ad to put on a level before Patrick Peterson, right? And behind Chandler Jones. What a beautiful piece that is for Arizona. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, yeah, could you imagine heading into this offseason, you would tell a Cardinals fan you're going to get Isaiah Simmons and DeAndre Hopkins? I mean, you know, that they would have been as happy as Cliff Kingsbury looked in his palatial estate in Arizona last night. If he told them that before the offseason, I think that's an awesome fit for that team, given what they need. Every fantasy football player, every daily fantasy football player has spent the last 2 years starting tight ends against the Cardinals, no matter how bad they are. Ross Dwelly had a monster game against the Cardinals in fantasy football last year. So to get a guy who, and Isaiah Simmons, who can guard tight ends, who can play safety, who can play linebacker, such an exciting fit. And the Browns, I mean, everything they did this offseason tells me, hey, we're going to evaluate Baker Mayfield. We're going to know by the end of the year whether he is our guy or not. You get Jedrick Wills to play one tackle spot, Jack Conklin to play the other tackle spot. You add Austin Cooper. I mean, Baker Mayfield is everything a quarterback could want.
That's
so
true.
At this point, it's going to be 2020 or bust for Baker Mayfield in terms of evaluating what his future looks like as Browns quarterback.
Yeah, new coach, right? Odell, if he wasn't traded by last night, he's not going anywhere.
No.
And then, Jarvis Landry, he comes back healthy from his surgery. You just mentioned, Njoku's going to be part of the two tight end, one would believe,
Yep.
right? Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb coming off of an incredible season. You just got the offensive line shored up a little bit. The defense hasn't really lost appreciably very much. That's it. This is it, right, for Baker? Let's put it this way. The Browns are better set up to evaluate Baker than the Jets are, even though they got Becton last night with Sam Darnold. Wouldn't you think?
Of course they are. I mean, they did more during the offseason to add talent to their roster. The Jets added a lot of depth. There's a lot of, they added some pretty mediocre offensive linemen. I like the Rashad Perriman signing, but he's a second, third wideout realistically. I mean, there's still a team that needs a number one wideout, that needs a tight end who's effective and consistently available to play, which has not been the case. And with Mekhi Becton, I think he's an awesomely talented player. I mean, I loved his dad. His dad was one of the stars of the draft for me. But a guy who I think is still, you have to keep him in shape, and I think they can do that. I think he's someone who's, was motivated and played well in college and has great footwork, obviously had that great 40, but, this is a Jets team that has really struggled to develop offensive linemen over the past decade or so, since that Patricia Ferguson, Nick Mangold class. So can they develop Becton into a top-tier left tackle, and can he be that guy from day one? Because that's what Sam Darnold needs at this point.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.